Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are here. Oh my goodness, y'all. Today we are planting out a couple of our green stalks. I've been piecemealing it here and there, planting out a few when I have the time, and then I have some plants that are available. But today we're gonna plant out our strawberries in our green stalk, and I want to talk you through that process. And then also we're gonna be planting out something that I've never done before. We're gonna do some micro dwarf tomatoes in one of our green stalks. So I'm so glad that you are here. If you are new, please say hello in the comments and let me know where you are coming in from so I can say hello back to you. And again, if you've been here before, thank you so much for continuing to support this channel. Y'all, Greenstalk is having a big sale starting today. Now, if you're on the email list, it's starting on April the 20th, which is today. If you're not on the email list, then the sale for you starts tomorrow. But now that you've seen this video, you can go ahead and shop the sale if you want to go ahead and sign up for their email list. So you can use my code LFF10 for any purchase over $75, and you will get an additional $10 off. Y'all, this is the biggest sale of the year, the Mother's Day sale, and this time they are starting early. Normally it does not start for another week or so, but the sale will be going on from April the 20th, I think, until May the 11th. If not, I'll put the dates up here. But they're starting early, which means if you want to go ahead and get your stuff in time for Mother's Day, whether it's for yourself, where you buy your own self a present, or you're going to gift it to a sister, a friend, a neighbor, whatever, go ahead and get your order in. And y'all, guess what? The razzleberry is back, baby. Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to, look, I'm excited. Let me calm down. The razzleberry is back, which is that beautiful hot pink magenta berry looking situation that we have over there. So, okay, y'all. So my strawberries actually just arrived. I have been waiting on them. And so before we do anything else, we're going to get these strawberries in some water. I ordered bare root strawberries. This is what they look like. They come like this, but I have a bucket here and we're going to put some water in it. Okay, so that is just to hydrate them. You want to plant your strawberries as soon as possible when you get them so that they don't dry out. Now, these definitely look dry because they've been in transit. I have been waiting for them. And so I'm going to submerge them in water for about 20 minutes, and then we'll be ready to plant them. But if you, for some reason, you can't plant them, then just keep them moist until it's time to plant. So while those are like being submerged and getting rehydrated, let's go ahead and talk about green stalks and what we're going to be doing today, and something new that I'm trying that I'm really, really excited about. Now, if this is your first time landing on my channel and you don't know what a green stalk is, let me briefly go through what green stalk is. Green stalk is a vertical gardening system. As you can see here, the color razzleberry that I was talking about, this is her. She is absolutely beautiful. It's a limited edition. It came out, I want to say, 2 years ago, and I did not snag it then, but then I got it, I think, during the warehouse sale is when I got it, and I love her. She is so, 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 so beautiful. And so if you want this color, you definitely want to go ahead and grab it during the Mother's Day sale, because I don't know when and if it's going to come back, okay? But basically, Greenstalk is a vertical gardening system. It comes in three different sizes. This right here is called the leaf. It is the original. You can see it has pockets on each tier. The leaf, if I said original, I apologize. The leaf has 42 pockets. There are 7 tiers, 6 pockets on each tier, so 7 times 6 is 42. Y'all, that's a lot of planting that you can do in those pockets. It's great for like herbs, leafy greens like the spinach, the lettuce, and all that. You can see that's what I have kind of going on in here. But then you also have what they call the original. This is beautiful black. You cannot get this one. It is discontinued, this color. But I have onions growing in here. And you can see the onions are growing very, very nicely. So these tiers, there's 5 tiers on the original, and so a total of 30 pockets. So 5 times 6, there's 6 pockets on each level. 5 times 6 is 30. And you can see the pockets are much bigger than the leaf. So the depth on these are 7 inches. The depth on this is 10 inches. So this is perfect for root crops like carrots, onions, beets, also for your tomatoes, your peppers, things that have a longer, deeper root system. Now, the beautiful thing about Greenstalk is that it only takes up 2 feet of space. literally. And so it is perfect if you're in a confined space, if you only have a patio, a little square of a deck in a townhome. It only requires 2 feet of space. You can see that I have mine on this paver. This paver is this paver is 24 inches by 24 inches. So that is the original, the 5-tier, and then this is the original, this is the leaf in the 7-tier. They also have a 3-tier that they launched, I want to say a year ago. This color is snow. It came out last winter. I love this as well. And this one I've planted up with flowers. Mostly you can see I have some petunias in there, and all of that. But this is a 3-tier. It has the original size pocket, so the 10-inch depth, and it has, I think, 15 pockets. 3 tiers, no, 18 pockets. So 3 times 6, 18. So that is the original. You can also see that this finish right here is the smooth or the basic finish, versus this finish right here is a basket weave. So it comes in 2 different finishes, 3 different sizes, many different colors. So you saw that my black is planted up with onions. You saw that my razzleberry is planted up with like herbs and lettuces and salad greens. This one is planted up mostly with flowers. You can see that there. And so what we're going to be doing is planting up this one, which is the lilac. We're going to plant this one today with our micro dwarf tomatoes and some flowers, and then we're going to plant the blackberry with our strawberries. And so I'm really excited. So we're going to start here with this one. I'm going to top these off with some compost. The soil has been amended in here and all of that, but the soil is, I had someone help me fill this, and they did not get the soil all the way up to the top. You want to make sure the soil is up to the very top. So I'm just going to top all of this off with compost before we start planting. Also, during the sale, you can also get $50 off, I think, any planter. I think the 5-tier is the lowest price of them all, but you can get $50 off any other planter that's not a 5-tier. And they also have what they call the Flourish Bundle, which is going to be a planter, a lid, and some other stuff. I will also pop that up here. You can see the lids are absolutely beautiful. It has a little bumblebee, and the lid is good because it has like a open door, so to speak. You can put your water hose in there to water it. Then you close this so that no debris gets in there. So it's very nice. I definitely recommend that. And you saw me spinning all of my planters around because I have them on the ultimate spinner, which helps you spin it around. You can get more areas, more sun, and all of that. So let's top off our Greenstalk with compost, and let's get to planting. I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing in the lilac one. So for this lilac one, the soil has been amended in here. And so if you didn't see on an earlier video, the soil that I had in all of my Greenstalks from last year, we dumped all of that out into a wheelbarrow, and then we added new Happy Frog potting soil as well as compost and mixed that all together, and then refilled the Greenstalks. So I had a person helping me to refill the Greenstalks, and when you're doing your Greenstalks, you want to make sure they are filled up to the very top with soil. So as you can see here, the person who did it didn't fill it all the way up to the top. So I'm just going back and adding in a layer of compost on the top so that it's up to the very top. You want to make sure, again, it's just like if you were planting in the ground, you would make sure that you have enough soil in your bed. It's the same exact concept. So don't try to skimp. Don't try to, hey, I'm only going to do half or a little bit, because again, this can take 2 to 3 bags of soil easily in a Greenstalk, but you want to make sure that you get it all the way up to the top. So once I get that done, then we're going to be ready to plant. Okay, so in terms of tomatoes, I grew a new variety that I've never done before called Orange Hat tomato from Baker Creek or Rare Seeds. And it is supposed to be like a container or drift tomato. It has grown very nicely, but I have several of these that we're going to plant out into the Greenstalk. So I wanted to experiment with doing not full-size tomatoes in the Greenstalk, but some micro or container type, and see how they do. So we're going to do a ton of these to fill it up, and then also we're going to add in some flowers, and then I'm also going to add in some eggplant in this Greenstalk. A couple of them. I have a eggplant. Let me see. It's a smaller eggplant. It's called the Thai purple ribbed eggplant, and it's more of a not a baseball shape, but kind of like a round shape instead of like the long kind. And so I want to see how it'll grow in the Greenstalk, since it's more of a smaller one. So I'm going to do a couple of those in there, along with some flowers, and I will probably also, I may add a couple of basil plants in there, and I'm debating on whether I'm going to do green beans in there. I haven't decided. Yeah, let me see the tomatoes and see how many we have, and we'll kind of go from there. So like I mentioned, this is my first time ever doing like a microdwarf variety, and my goal was to research some other microdwarf varieties. The orange hat was the only one that I had, and then I'm also doing one called Eye Candy, which is from Wild Boar Farms. It's a little bit bigger than the orange hat, but it is a compact tomato plant, so I'm going to see how it does in the Greenstalk. Now, in the Greenstalk, you can certainly do, you know, bigger size tomatoes. I did a couple of those last year. There were cherry tomatoes, and they did okay, but it certainly wasn't prolific. And so I wanted to try out some micro dwarf varieties. Also, I just saw something recently on somebody's YouTube. They didn't have a picture of it. They were talking about these, I think they were called like dwarf zinnias, thumbelina or something like that, which I've never seen before. I need to look it up. So let me know if you guys have seen those or have any seeds. Please send some my way. But I thought that would be so cute if I could have like little small zinnias in my Greenstalks. But I've never seen a dwarf zinnia, but somebody was talking about it in some YouTube channel I was watching. But anyway, I go ahead and get my plants in there. And so I planted out some eye candy tomatoes. I planted some orange hat tomatoes. I also put in some of that eggplant. And then up at the top, I did some basil and a couple of marigolds. So by the time that you guys are seeing this video, it's already been like a week. And so let me just give you an update that the plants look really, really good so far. The tomatoes are definitely growing. And so I'm really excited about the possibility of being able to have some dwarf tomatoes growing out of the Greenstalks. I think that'll be really cute, and I cannot wait to see what they taste like because I've never had them before. Okay, guys, I have it halfway planted. I didn't plant everything because there's a couple more things that I want to add that's actually down at the hot tunnel or in the house, and I want to add some flowers in. But what I did so far, I put flowers mostly at the top. I have some coleus. I have some marigolds. This is a cinnamon basil. The next level is mainly empty. I'm going to do some flowers in there. That is a tie-ribbed eggplant. Another tomato that I'm doing is eye candy, which is from Wild Boar Farms. It is like a dwarf or a container type variety. So I have some eye candy, tie-ribbed eggplant, and then the orange hat tomato. So I would say it's probably 50% of the way full. I'm going to add in some other stuff, but I'll do that a little bit later. Now let's get over to our strawberries because they've been soaking for the last 20 minutes, and let's go ahead and plant our strawberries out over at the blackberry Greenstalk. Now this is the blackberry color in terms of the Greenstalk. So a Greenstalk is perfect for strawberries because one, you're growing vertically and you can keep the strawberries off the ground. When I first did strawberries many years ago in my raised bed, I had slugs. I had beautiful strawberries, but slugs, so I wasn't able to eat them because they got there before I did. And so when you're planting, bare root strawberries, this is what it looks like, right? And so this is what they call the crown. You want to plant this part down, and the crown should be at soil level. You don't want to plant it too deep, otherwise it'll rot, and if it's too shallow, it'll dry out. So let's pick a place, and I need to add some compost to this soil as well, but just for demonstration purposes. You want it right at crown level. Hopefully you can kind of see that there. And then it'll grow from there. And then remember, we have our berry cups that Greenstalk launched a couple of weeks ago. And so the berry cup is perfect for propagating your strawberry runners. And so as the runners start to run, you can put your berry cup on here, fill the berry cup with soil, and then attach your runner into the berry cup, secure it with like a landscape staple, and then you'll grow a whole new strawberry plant. So I have 2 packs of 50. So that's like 50 strawberry bare root plants. This is a tower of 42, so every tower will have strawberry plants, and then I'll have like 8 extra to put in somewhere else. But the first thing I need to do is I need to top this off with compost and level the soil out, because again, the person that I had helping me, when I said to the top, they're to the top and my to the top ain't the same top. So let me add this in and then we'll get our strawberries planted. So I get my soil topped off and I start to plant my bare root strawberries. So the bare root strawberries I bought are from Stark Bros, and the variety is called the Sequoia, which is a June bearing plant. So when you're buying strawberries, they are usually either an ever bearing strawberry plant or a June strawberry plant. And so for the June strawberry plant, then it's going to ripen and put on most of its berries in the month of June, versus an ever bearing plant. You're going to get smaller quantities kind of all throughout the year. I've done both kinds before. The last time I did strawberries were a couple of years ago, and I think I had ever bearing then, and it was not prolific at all. It was just like, little berries here. It was not even enough for me to bring in the house and do anything with. It was more of just, hey, when I go out to the garden, there was a snack for the day type of thing. Now, I've only had 2 experiences with growing strawberries. The very first time, 4 years ago, when I did them in raised beds, I never got a chance to taste them because the slugs got them and they were just gross and slimy. Then I tried strawberries 2 years ago in my Greenstalk, and the Greenstalk that I used before was up on my patio, up by that wood that you see there. And that area doesn't get a lot of sun. It got a lot of shade. And so they didn't do as well. They were not as prolific. Now, that could have been the variety. It could have been me as the user, or it could have been the shade, or a combination of all three. So all that to say is that I've never had like a tower full of strawberries. And so we're going to try it again. And again, the reason why I decided to try strawberries again in the Greenstalk was because of the berry cup, and I'm going to show you a visual of the berry cup later. The runner thing, the last time I did the strawberries, I didn't understand the runners. I didn't understand what to do with the runners. They were just running all over the place, but I'm like, where are the strawberries? And so I just got frustrated, and I'm like, it's just better for me to just go buy strawberries for large quantities, because I wasn't getting a large quantity. And strawberries take up a lot of space when you're going to do them in the ground, and so that's another thing. I will still buy strawberries from the farmer's market to like make my jams and stuff like this. This is more of just like fresh eating. Hey, I can grab a couple, maybe have them for breakfast or something like that. I don't intend to grow enough strawberries, in several or multiple Greenstalks to replace me having to go to the farmer's market, if that makes sense. I don't want to allocate the space that it takes to grow those strawberries. I don't want to grow them in the ground. And so anyway, that's just kind of where I am with that. In terms of varieties of strawberries, there are many different varieties of strawberries. I think the last time I grew strawberries, it was an Ozark brand or variety. And like I said, this is the Sequoia. The reviews were good. It sounded good in the description. And that's what was available. So that's what I got. So we'll go on the journey together and we'll see how the strawberries do this season. And I'm hoping for some good success. So one of the things I wanted to make sure that I mentioned as I was planting my strawberries is the berry cup. So I did a video on it a couple of weeks ago, but in case you didn't see it, this is one of the newest products from Greenstalk. It's called the berry cup. It looks like a strawberry. And so you can attach it to the lip of your Greenstalk. And so it's perfect for strawberries. It is almost like a propagation tool. And so as the strawberries grow, they create runners. You can fill this cup with soil, put your runner in there, attach it with like a landscape staple, and let it root, and then you'll have a brand new strawberry plant. You can take that strawberry plant it somewhere else, put the berry cup, and go catch you another runner. It can also be used to propagate other stuff as well. But they are absolutely adorable. They come in a packet of 6. They are on sale right now during the Mother's Day sale. And I mean, come on. They are adorable and functional, which are 2 things that I love. So definitely, if you didn't get berry cups during the last sale, make sure you take advantage and get them this sale. Okay, y'all, we got the Greenstalks planted. So I feel good about that. It's about to get dark. And so I'm going to water everything in, all of the Greenstalks, plus all of the raised beds out here, plus the plants on the table. I'm going to let the plants on the table hang out for the night. I've been doing that because the temperatures have been good. It's my way of hardening them off. And then I just swap them out every day. I leave some out here. Then in the morning, I'll take those in and bring some others out here as well. So I'm going to water everything in. But y'all, I'm excited about our Greenstalks. I'm excited to try these new varieties and all. Stay tuned. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because I got a new Greenstalk that I didn't show you on this video, but it will be in an upcoming video. Yes. What color? You have to wait and see the video. Absolutely. So I do have a new Greenstalk. I will be planting that up later on It'll be up in an upcoming video. I'm not sure when I'm going to plant it, but it'll be in an upcoming video. But definitely use my code LFF10 to take advantage of the Mother's Day sale. Y'all, I'm looking a hot mess because I've been out here working. And I feel like we got something accomplished. So if you have any questions about Greenstalk, please put them down below. Y'all, remember, this is all a journey. Let's grow together.